Welcome to episode 40 people of the Ben Briggs podcast. I am Ben Briggs. It's Saturday the 21st of September 2019. How has your week been, people? It is the weekend. I hope you're making the most of it here in the UK and around the world. People from around the world, it is the last refuge of summer at the moment, I think, in the UK. It has been fucking hot the last couple of days, but next week is predicted to be pissing it down, and we slowly decline into the fucking English winter. I hope your week has been good. Mine has been fucking busy as shit. Fucking hell, I've been doing one thing to another thing this week. There was 4 days, I think, where I averaged 9.5 hours sleep, and I am fucking knackered. It is at the minute, it's about 6:30 at the minute. I've got a gig tonight. I'm headlining a gig in Letchworth, which is only about an hour away from me. Won't give you my specific address, just in case there's people out there trying to rob me. But that's how fucking paranoid I am. Don't give away too many details on your podcast, Ben. There's always somebody around the corner waiting to fucking rob you. But yeah, so that's where I am tonight, in Letchworth. It's been a bit of a fucking hell week, this week for me. The gigs have been all right. I had a couple of really nice gigs this week. Last night was a bit touch and go, but I'll get to that fucker in a minute. But I was in Barrow in Furness one night this week, whenever that was. It's been one of them weeks where all the days seem to just amalgamate into one, and I can't really remember. I haven't had a chance. I mean, not really, can't really remember, but I haven't had a chance to fucking take stock. I know it's like that sometimes, though, people, innit? Like, you have weeks like that where they just blur into each other, and you just put your head down and fucking try and get through it. And it's been one of them sort of weeks for me this week, traveling all over the place. Yeah, Barrow I was on Thursday, which was fucking it's fucking miles away. The gig up there is fucking lovely. It's a really nice, fun gig. The guy who runs it, Sam Hughes, as well, is a fucking lovely bloke, and I always have quite a good laugh with him when I'm up there. But it was like 7-hour drive to get up there. I got up there. I think I was meant to be there at 7:30, and I got there at 7:45 after leaving fucking 7 hours before then. Whenever that is, people. 1:45, I think I left, something like that, or 1 o'clock. So it was around about a 7-hour fucking drive to get up there. But it's just, and it was the drive on the way back. It took 5 hours to get back because obviously there's less traffic when you're fucking traveling through the night, baby. And I was just dying on the fucking way home, non-stop all the way back. 5 hours, foot to the floor, just wanted to get home. With those little signs that they do, they give you a little preview that the services are coming up, don't they? They give you that little, tiredness can kill, take a break. I ain't got time to take a break. I want to get home. Stop taunting me with your fucking fantastic things that are going on at the services where my life can be complete. That's what it seems like anyway. When you're driving most of the way home on the rumble strips, not because you're actually falling asleep, but just to try and keep yourself awake with that juddering. They come in handy, the old rumble strips on the motorway. I know they're meant to be there just in case you nod off and to wake you up. But if you stay on them for a little bit, you got nobody around you. Fuck it. There's nobody on the roads that time of night, about like 2-3 in the morning. And, I needed them fucking rumble strips. It's the last hour. The last hour was like, I got an hour away from my house and I was fucking barely keeping my eyes open. And you just see the things going by saying, tiredness can kill, take a break. Yeah, well, like, let's be optimistic, people, shall we? Like, people who are putting up road signs out there. Why not just have a, like, qualifier afterwards? Tiredness can kill. Take a break, but you might also be able to make it. Go on, Let's have a bit of positivity in the fucking road signs when you're fucking absolutely fucking knackered, and you don't want to hear depressing read depressing things when you're fucking driving home. Bit of positivity. You can make it. You're almost home. Only an hour to go. I'd fucking pay money to subscribe to that some nights if they personalise the road signs for you. Keep going, Ben. You're only 60 minutes away from home. 45 minutes, Ben. Turn the radio up and open a window. I tried every fucking trick in the book to try and fucking stay awake, and just about made it home. And as soon as I got through the door, I just took my trainers off that night and just put my head on the pillow, and I was awake. Didn't even bother getting changed. Fucking hell. But yeah, but I've been having to get up early, and because I've had a few bits to do, and having no sleep whatsoever, and those 4 days are a killer. And this is the end today. I've managed to grab a couple of hours kip this afternoon before the gig tonight. Bath is pre-run. You might hear it steaming in the background already. It's like a fucking military operation tonight. This is trying to get this podcast out, jump in the bath that should be at ultimate temperature. For some reason, my boiler's kicking out water, the sort of water that finished off Whitney Houston. I've got a fucking Whitney Houston boiler at the minute. It's just popping out fucking water that's fucking red hot all the time. So I have to give it half an hour to cool down. It's a bit, and no doubt when it gets towards winter, that water temperature will fucking go. So I better make the most of it while it's warm at the minute. Fuck me. But yeah, that was it was a nice gig at Barrow in Furness, and it was quite nice. I learnt quite a lot from the audience about Barrow in Furness, because I just turn up at these random places, don't do any research, and then make a fucking idiot out of myself because I know nothing about that place. There was a massive debate on, because I was comparing that gig, there was a debate on whether where the name of Barrow in Furness came from. We've got fucked up names here, by the way, people overseas. We have fucked up weird little names for places that go back to just, apparently, Barrow in Furness, so I was told, was the name comes from the Duke of Lancaster who owned that land, and he was having it surveyed, and there was a hill in the distance, and Barrow meant hill, and in Furness means in the distance, as in farness, and that's where the fucking name comes from. But that was told to me by the tech on the night, but that was disputed by the locals of Barrow, and all hell sort of broke loose from there. People weren't fucking having it. They weren't having it. But yeah, it was a nice gig up there, and it was nice. It was actually quite nice to get a little bit of knowledge about the place, because I've got to go back in 2 weeks and do some sort of comedy pub crawl. I know it sounds horrendous. It sounds horrendous. A comedy pub crawl that I'm comparing or emceeing, if you will, and yeah, it's in about 4 different venues, and it's going to be fucking I know it's going to be carnage. Sam knows it's going to be carnage. We both know it's going to be an absolute carnage session. Well, it could go. I think it could go either one or two ways. It could be really fun, or it's just going to be fucking carnage. But yeah. So I've got to do that. So, basically, you go from venue to venue. There's one act in the first venue, me and one act in the first venue. Then I've got to walk around fucking Barrow in Furness with a group of about 50 people who are all on this comedy pub crawl. Then we go to the next place. There's 2 acts there. The next place there's 2 acts, and then the final venue there's like another act. So by the time we get to that final venue, we'll have been to like 3 different places. They'd have had a couple of drinks in each place. They're gonna be fucking a little bit tanked up at that point. Plus, probably having drinks before and drinks in between. It's gonna be like herding fucking cats, I imagine. Although there are people to do that. Apparently, all I've just got to do is just stroll from place to place and do the comparing. But that night, I get a hotel for the night as well. So, fucking thank God. So, at least I can, like, have a few drinks afterwards. And then I haven't got to fucking drive home straight after doing that. Because that could... I ain't gonna lie to you. That is gonna be a little bit testing. I think. Let's have a little bit of tea. Tea makes an appearance on the podcast every fucking podcast. There we go. So that was that. Let's get to last night's gig. Fucking hell, man. It's a fucking lovely club. Like, I went to the new Ruffle Comedy Club, which is posh and plush as anything. They should call it Raphael. I imagine they're calling it Raphael Comedy Club now. It's that plush. It's fucking lovely. It used to be in it used to be just down the road, not far. Like it's based in the new club's in Newcastle under Lyme. And it used to be in a place called Burslem, which is just down the road. Stoke-on-Trent area. That sort of area. And the old place used to be a bit of a spit and sawdust place, but I used to quite like it. It was all like dark in there. There was a couple of toilets that everybody was fucking queuing for. A green room with some fucking flying ducks on the wall or something like that, or some sort of like duck collage going on. But the guy who runs it, Lee, has set up a new club now, like in Newcastle under Lyme, and moved it under there, over there, that way. And it's fucking really nice. It's the nicest green room I have ever been in, with fucking leather sofas, wooden floors, fucking rugs down, tapestry rugs down. It looks pretty. The green room at the new Raphael, that's what I'm calling it now, Raphael, because it's that posh. The green room is, it made me feel like I was in an episode of Poirot, or Poirot, as they would say at the old Ruffle Comedy Club. Yeah, it reminded me of that, because there was like there's bookcases, leather settees in there and that sort of thing. You need a fucking smoking jacket just to feel comfortable in there. And a cigarette holder. But it's fucking lovely. Really, really, really nice. The club itself was nice. It was busy. And it was all right. It was okay. The only fucking thing was I had 2 fucking twats. 2 fucking twats sitting on the front row. Who were just, oh, fuck me, man. Jesus. I think they'd been necking shots at the bar before I went on. And them shots kicked in and they went into cunt mode. Which I also went into cunt mode with them. So, I was fighting Cunty fire with Cunty fire last night. Yeah, so like as soon as I walked on the stage, they just started chipping in with some fucking bull. You know, like, it's the most fucking annoying thing, because they think they're so fucking original. Chipping in like with lame fucking shit. About everything. As soon as I fucking stepped up on stage, I think, and said like thanks for the applause as I walked on, and they just fucking, you know, chipping in with shit, and they just had a glazed expression on the. One geezer had a fucking weird beard, because he's obviously not decided not to develop a personality in life, and thought, well, a beard will see me through. This will make me all interesting with a beard, and the other geezer, his mate sitting next to him, looked like fucking Jim Carrey out of fucking Dumb and Dumber. He had one of them haircuts. All he needed was a fucking chipped tooth at the front, and he would be a fucking dead ringer for Jim Carrey out of Dumb and Dumber, man. He had one of them fucking basin haircuts, and I was like, I'm not going to get taken a piss out of by somebody who wouldn't have survived at my fucking school. I'd have been buried alive, people, in the fucking 90s. Dear, where bullying reigned supreme at my school. That was it. Dear, that's where you use the... my school. Dear, there was a pecking order in bullying at my school. They were fucking creative. Not like these days, where it's all done online. This was face-to-face bullying with an air of menace. But anyway, yeah. So I had that fucking shit to deal with, and you're like, oh man, you drive into the gig, and you're like, I've had like 9.5 hours sleep in about 4 days. I can get through this. All I need to do, bash it out, enjoy the gig, new club. Really nice. First time at the new club, and then you got fucking Dumb and Cunty on the fucking front row. The worst thing about it was, though, I went in hard. I went in quite hard, probably a bit too hard for that fucking audience last night. And they, not necessarily all of them were with me. I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh dear. Not all of them were with me. It was like a Brexit split. There was a 50-50 split between me and the fucking retards, as I described them at the front. I think it might have been using that word that might have wound a few people up in the audience and turned them against me. I'm not sure. But fucking hell, yeah. It was tense at one point, people. I mean, I'm comfortable with a tense atmosphere in a club. But even I was like, you're going to have to do a little bit to dig yourself out of this here, Ben. So, like, the start of the gig itself was derailed by dealing with them. And then they shut the fuck up for most of it. And then piped up again at the end. And then made a dramatic... sachet, the pair of them. The guy with the beard left first, and he was sitting on the front row, and that's obviously weird because you're going through material on stage, and the guy you've been fucking arguing with walks out like he was a fucking prom queen who's just been dumped. Like he'd gone to a prom, wore his best dress, and then his prom date had started kissing somebody else, so he'd rang up for his fucking parents to come and pick him up. So he sashayed out of there to the bar that's at the back, which is curtained off, and then his little mate left as well, like carrying the corsage or something like that. I don't know. He was going to Aspen to return a fucking case full of money or something like that. I don't know. On that fucking Dumb and Dumber fucking motorbike that they had, that little one. Anyway, so they went out the back, finished the gig, and it finished nicely, which was nice, and there was a lot of good feeling in the room afterwards. But it derailed that fucking start of that last bit, and you look at your watch, and you're like, 5 minutes to go, man, and you're fucking piping up again. Can you not just shut the fuck up? So yeah, it was a little bit of a war. That was the club itself is just beautiful, but yeah, it was a bit of a fucker because I wanted the gig to, you want to smash the shit out of the gig, and it was a nice atmosphere in there, and I managed to turn it around at the end, but fucking hell, it got a little bit tense at times, man. And also, I think it was half being fucking knackered as well, where I was just like, oh, fucking hell, I can't be dealing. Because you deal with that shit all the time. That's the thing. The people like that who were chipping in, and there was a group of girls to the right-hand side, and they were excited chippy in. You know what I mean? Woo! You know, like, and all that sort of shit. And that's okay. Quite like that. That's all right. But when people are just, you know, chatting random shit, sitting at the front, fucking on their phones, at the fucking front, checking their fucking phones, right on the front row, you know. And, yeah. But what they don't realise is you do like 4 or 5 gigs a week. The amount of people you meet like that, and they think, hey, I'm going to be quirky and different. Hey, aren't I great? And they're just the fucking same. They're just fucking replicas of people. And they think they're so fucking original, and it's just fucking boring. From an act's point of view, it's just fucking boring, man. It's the most boring thing. You're just like, oh, God, we've got another cunt here. Haven't we? We've got, like, cunt number fucking 3 of the week. Sitting on the front row, all keno, wants to fucking chip in and then act menacing afterwards. Apparently, Lee messaged me today and said, your mates were asking for you after the gig. It did fucking genuinely make me laugh. It's so, it's nice when you get a cool promoter like that who's actually fucking on your side and realises that they're being dickheads. He did make me laugh today, sending me that message. Anyway, that was that. I got fucking Letchworth tonight. What we on? 21 minutes about fucking sounding off. This is more like therapy to me. I ain't gonna lie to you. 21 minutes in, I bought the new Liam Gallagher album tonight. So what I'm doing, people, tonight after the gig, I'm going to go do the gig, hours drive home. I've got a couple of beers in the fridge. I'm going to sit in the dark, listening to the new Liam Gallagher album and chill the fuck out and have a nice fucking relax for a Sunday. Take it easy like Sunday morning. Anyway, what's been in the news this week that has caught my attention? None of the new stuff, by the way, is going to be in this episode because I have been flat out. But Tuesday, for definite, you can fucking turn up at a gig, sit at the front and act fucking nonchalant when I'm going through stuff. I guarantee that, and I'll pay for your ticket if it's not in on Tuesday. But it will be in on Tuesday. I saw in the news, I don't know, wasn't it meant to be the storming of Area 51 yesterday? Wasn't that meant to be it? And like 70-odd people out of the millions of people who said they were going to fucking go. They got about 70 fucking geeks who had finally been let out of their fucking mum's basement. They got a written permission by their parents to go. Conspiracy theorists turned up. Not quite the storming of Area 51 that everyone was expecting. I think about 2 million people signed up and they were like, they can't stop us all. No, but they can stop 70 of you. That's barely about like 10 magazines in a fucking machine gun, that is. You could get one guy just standing there, just popping them off as they're running closer. Dear. So that was a bit of a fucking fail. So we still don't know, do we? We still don't know whether aliens exist. I wanted them to do it. You know what I mean? I actually wanted them to do it. I wanted them to do it live. They should have done that as a pay-per-view event. They should have done that as pay-per-view, where you pay a tenner and you can watch it online, and they cover it from every fucking conceivable angle, and then just release the hounds, shoot one of them starter pistols, and just release them running at Area 51, and you just see them getting picked off. It'd be fucking great. It'd be the opening scenes of Saving Private Ryan, but for real. And I would pay a tenner to see that. I would pay a tenner to see that and buy the fucking merchandise afterwards. That was a fucking missed opportunity there, people. A missed opportunity. Let's have a look. What we got? Like, there was other stuff in the news as well. This is the fucking classic headline, if ever I saw one. Let's have a look. Fucking hell. Here we are. Man caught performing sex act on cleaning cone at Wigan train station. Only in Wigan, people. I don't know if you're people from outside the UK are aware of what a cleaning cone is. I don't know. You're all probably listening going, yeah, fucking hell, Ben, we've got an idea. Basically, in this country, because of the fucking health and safety and because people are so retarded in this country, if there's a spillage on the floor, instead of people going, oh, look, there's a spillage on the floor, I'll walk around that. People tend to just fucking skydive and fucking slip over into it. So we have to put yellow cones down with caution slippery surface on it. Now, apparently, somebody has been fucking one of them. In a train station as well. In Wigan train station, even. So, yeah, somebody's been putting his little pecker into one of them, but the story just made me laugh so much. A man has admitted having sex with it. Oh, fuck that cone. Yeah, what are you going to do about it? Yeah? You think it was a slippery surface before I started? You should have fucking seen it afterwards. Yeah. Sorry about the cough there. Fucking hell. Anyway, a man has admitted having sex with a cleaning cone at Wigan train station, the place to fuck cleaning fucking materials. I don't know. Trevor Smith, sounds made up, that name, 38. I always like it when they put their age in there as well. Like it's relevant. Trevor Smith. Are you Trevor Smith, who's 38? No, mate. I'm Trevor Smith, who's 42. I am not the cone fucker. Was found in a lift with his trousers and undies around his ankles while thrusting his hips at the cone. He was fucking it. Just say fucking it, isn't it? When he was stopped, police noticed a white substance on the floor that was not cocaine. Oh, fucking hell, man. Jesus. If it was found, surely he'd have finished. If that's what they're implying it is, they're implying that's cum, clearly, aren't they? But why would he still be thrusting? At that point, he should be curled up, hugging the cone, just kissing the cone's neck. The cone's just on the floor, really unsatisfied, saying, are you going to finish me off or what? When he was stopped, police noted a white substance. Oh, we've done that. Smith, from nearby St. Helens, he travelled for this. I'm not fucking any of the slag cones in St. Helens. I'm going to get some of that sweet, sweet, sweet cone pussy in Wigan. Admitted to the police that he was worse for wear. No shit. And had snorted white powder that was given to him by friends to help perk him up. It fucking certainly did. I don't know what the fuck his friends gave him for that. What the white powder was, but to make him fuck a cone, Jesus. He was spotted, sorry, a bit more tea there. He was spotted by a worker from Virgin Trains at 9:30 p.m. Jesus. On April the 14th, this must have just gone to court then, who had been asked by a colleague to meet him at the station lift. When he got to the lift, he glanced through the window and saw Smith sitting down, getting jiggy with a cleaning cone. That was in his lap. Take that, you little fucking, yeah, sexy little thing. On the floor, are you? Yeah. Trying to stop people from slipping over? I'll give you something to slip on, you fucking yellow little slag. He called police, and by the time they arrived, Smith would fucking just knock on the window. You know, why would you call the police if someone's fucking a cone? Oi, mate. Do you want to take your dick out of that cone? There's been a spillage over by the tracks, and that's the last one. Dear. I need that cone right now. Had mounted the cone. He called police. By the time they arrived, Smith had mounted the cone and was on top of it. He was fucking going for it then. Realising he was being watched, he did the decent thing and fucked him up. No, he did the decent thing and pulled up his trousers whilst being held to his feet by police. Jesus, being held to his feet, he must have put some fucking effort into it. The cops said he saw white powder around Smith's lower face and on the floor of the lift. He was arrested for possession of Class A, but later de-arrested when it turned out the white substance was not a drug at all. Was that the white substance on the floor, I imagine? Not the fucking coke he took. Instead, he faced charges of outrage in public decency. Ah, dear. The ironic thing about that fucking a cleaning cone is now he's no longer going to have a clean police record. Oh, dear. Smith later expressed extreme regret. I regret fucking that cone. It hasn't called me back. Ah, you fucking cone, don't you? I was expecting at least a call back. Nothing. Nothing at all. And he said he understood how the situation could have been interpreted. Well, yeah, you fucked a cone. You know, how else do you expect this is going to look? But hey, I can explain all of this. I was just fucking the cone. Did he get permission? Did he? I hope he got consent from the cone. He said he had been out drinking with friends, and when he got into the lift, he thought he was on his own in a locked room. Obviously, you instantly think, fucking hell, I'm on my own. There's a fucking cone over there. I've got a dick. You know, got to stick it in that cone, and I'm in a locked room. I've got to do it. Oh, fuck me. Smith, who has previous convictions for outrage in public decency, was released on bail to be sentenced later this month. Fucking hell. Ah, dear. So he's done it before. Not with a cone, possibly, but... Oh, fucking hell. He'd have loved it. My drive home from Barrow the other day with all the fucking roadworks. There was just lines and lines of cones there for him. It would have been like the fucking sex district in Amsterdam for him. Oh, fucking hell. What are we on? 32 minutes, people. That is it. That is episode 40. I know I've gone on a little bit this episode. I will be back on Tuesday. I hope your weekend is going to be good. I am now going to high dive into the bath and leave as soon as possible. Have a great weekend. If you like this, you can subscribe and leave a review on Apple iTunes or Podbean or Spotify or SoundCloud. As I say, I'll be back on Tuesday. If you want to send me any messages, send an email to podcast@benbriggs.co.uk. So that is the end of episode 40. Have a great weekend, motherfuckers, and I'll speak to you Tuesday.